remember this, middle class New Yorkers. Remember these excuses, okay? Because you're going to be hearing them a lot. Governor Hochul is not raising the taxes on the rich. It's Governor Hochul's fault. Trump, he's not sending federal funds. He want to starve New Yorkers. It's Trump's fault. I can't give you all of these socialist things. They're not taxing the rich. Remember those excuses, right? So middle class, I know we said we ain't gonna raise your taxes, but New Yorkers are starving. It's only 1 percentage point. It's only a percentage point. You know that boat that you saved for? You retired, you wanted to go fishing. We gonna have to dip into that fund. You know, you wanted to send your kids to private schools so they didn't get indoctrinated by the woke bullshit. Your kids gonna have to go to public school, middle class. You know, I know you worked hard to give them a nice life away from the city, but we're gonna need some of that, okay, to pay for it, all right? Don't worry, it's only temporary. Temporary is their favorite word. It's only gonna be temporary, middle class. You know, once we get rid of Hochul and Trump, then we can tax the rich. But for now, you're gonna have to trust us, middle class. Trust us on this one. Trust me, bro.
Yeah. Okay. This dude's absolutely right. What we do know about this is what's going on in New York. You know, the top 1% are already responsible for, almost 50% of the tax base. And the remainder of the taxes are basically received from middle class. What we do know is that you have the top folks, they're getting up out of there in droves. I'm gonna share this clip with you guys because there's a lot of people, they're already putting these homes for sale. They're looking for real estate in other states. It's already happening. And the lower middle class and the middle class, those are going to be the people that's going to suffer, because you're going to have some people that say, hey, I don't ever want to leave New York. And you're going to have some people that really can't afford to leave New York, even though they want to. And those are going to be the people that pay the price. It's unfortunate, but let's continue down this rabbit hole here. Hit that like button, share this video, subscribe to the channel. Let's keep going.
Some New Yorkers are thinking of packing up and getting out already. They call it the Mamdani migration. The New York Post is reporting that real estate agents are getting flooded with phone calls. Luxury real estate agent Ryan Serhant told the Post that his #1 job will be moving people from New York to Florida again. And based on the results, clients are going to hold off on making any kind of investment in New York City.
I got to say this. If you are a New Yorker and you are planning to leave, please leave your politics in the city and state of New York. Don't go south with your foolishness. Don't do it.
Lydia Moynihan knows all about this. She's a financial correspondent at the Post and broke this story. Lydia, I had a bunch of my friends over the weekend when they saw this coming saying, oh my goodness, I wish I sold last year. This is a nightmare. How could this be happening? So is this Mamdani migration a real thing?
I think it is, and I hate to say that. Look, what's not surprising is it in the wake of him clinching that Democratic nomination that wealthy people, really anyone with sort of a vested interest in the city, was exploring options of where they could move. Florida, of course, is a well-trodden path at this point. But what's much more concerning is the fact that people are actually walking away from deals. So people who were either in process of signing and purchasing an apartment or, potentially buying something in the future, they're walking away. And so for the next 4 months, I think we're going to see a decrease in the investment in New York City. Anyone with a business is going to be a little hesitant. And of course, that's going to be amplified for 4 years.
Well, he has been elected. And businesses are either going to get up out of there. People who wanted to start businesses and people who wanted to invest in New York City, they are going to decide, at least over these next 4 years, that, hey, that's not a smart business move. It's just not intelligent. As long as you have this guy in office, and as long as you have people that support this particular individual, it's not something that folks aren't going to do. They're just not going to do it. But the state of Tennessee, they said, hey, all the New Yorkers, up there, if your own businesses and you're looking for a place to invest, you want to move your business, we have a solid foundation. We have a low tax base for business owners and for corporations, And we have the workforce and the infrastructure ready to go. They letting it be known like, hey, we'll take you.
Tennessee Governor Bill Lee. In light of the recent election results, I thought it might be a good time to remind you that Tennessee is the best state in the country for doing business. If you are a New York City business owner and you don't like the direction your city has headed, I have a message for you that Tennessee is open for business. We have one of the strongest economies in the country. We have one of the lowest tax bases in the country. We have a workforce that is ready for any industry, a workforce that is ready to meet the needs of your company. And our Department of Economic and Community Development is ready to help you make a move right now. In fact, Tennessee is one of the most moved to states for families, for people, for companies from around the globe, because we believe that opportunity and security and freedom are important for everyone. We also believe in the power of law enforcement, by the way, and we understand that the men and women who keep our families, keep our communities safe, need to be supported, and we do so in our state. I want you to know that if you're looking for an opportunity, you've found one in the state of Tennessee. We are here. Our way of life, our music, our culture, our food, our hospitality, and our business-friendly environment might just be right for you. We are open for business.
Hey, this is what good leaderships look like. This is what good leadership looks like. Blue state and Democrat governors, they could learn something from an individual like this. Seriously. They could learn something. That they could. Because this dude is letting it be known that, hey, not only are we open for business, but we're ready to take you. And we want you here. We want you here because they understand that, hey, when you invest into their state, it benefits everybody. It benefits the state. It benefits the cities. It benefits the people who live in the state of Tennessee and other states, around the country that are red states being ran by governors that understand that corporations are needed, not only for the tax base, but also for the constituents, because people need to be able to work in order to take care of their families. This is a sign of good leadership right here. Shout out to him.
So now that Mamdani won New York City mayoral race, here's a question I got for you. Who do you think's moving to New York City? Who's actually moving? Not forget about the people that are moving out. Or 756,000 families are definitely thinking about moving out of New York City. No. Who's moving to New York City? You may say nobody. You're wrong. A lot of people will. But you know what type of people? Let's go through it together. You think job creators are moving to New York City? Probably not. You think investors are moving to New York City? Probably not. You think families who want safety for their kids and the criminals to be kept into prison are going to be going to New York City? No. You think people that are pro Second Amendment, safety, low taxes are going to be moving to New York City? No. But who will be moving to New York City? If you're a criminal, it's a great time to move to New York City. Think about it. He wants to let people out of prison. Guess what? I'm not telling you to move there, but it's a great policy. If you're somebody that doesn't want to work at all and you just want entitlement programs, this is a massive opportunity to move to New York City. Massive opportunity to move to New York City. If you're an illegal immigrant, are you kidding me? Like this is heaven for you. He will protect you. Move to New York City. He will protect you. He's for you. So I think New York City is about to have a net migration increase, not decrease. Everyone's thinking they're going to lose people. They're not going to lose people. It's about to increase. Let me tell you what type of people are going to move there. All of those people we just talked about. FYI, I'm Armenian and a Syrian. You know when Armenians left Iran or Lebanon or Armenia, where they moved to? Glendale. And we all moved because we felt safer there. You know what type of people are going to move to New York City? People who are democratic socialists, people who are Muslims. I would feel safe there if he's the mayor. And people who are wanting entitlement programs. This guy's been raised by a rich family. Mom made money, dad's made money, and entitled. It's kind of cool. So guess what? To all the criminals, those who want entitlement programs, and illegal immigrants, you officially have a great city to move to. It's called New York City.
Hey, I stand corrected. I stand corrected. Thank you, Pat Bet David, for so eloquently explaining who's going to move to New York. And the crazy thing is, I've seen a few videos recently of people who packed their bags and said, yep, I'm moving to New York. Now, these aren't people that are going to be assets to society, right? These are people that are definitely going to be liabilities on society. I think the assets, the people, the investors, the people who own businesses, the people, who work and pay their taxes and do the right things. I think there's a lot of those people are going to get up out of there. But just like the state of California had an influx of, drug addicts and homeless individuals and illegal immigrants, I got to agree. I got to agree with PBD. You're going to get a lot of those people that say, hey, New York City is open for business if you are interested in these things. I think he's absolutely right, man. He is absolutely right. Goodness gracious. Wow.
To those of you in New York who decided to purposely destroy a beautiful city, all I got to say is welcome to London. We all know what happened when you allow people who are not from a specific country come into the country and not assimilate. We all know what happens. They take over and they decide to push their shitty agenda to others. New York was a beautiful city. If you can make it there, you can make it anywhere. But I don't know if that's going to be true given who they just elected. And please stop saying that you guys won this thing fair and square, because we all know Democrats only take the road of least resistance, kind of like water. So if they have an opportunity to cheat, they're going to take that road. Let's not forget, Democrats are only profiting off of the return on investment after 4 years of bad policies by none other than Joe Biden. We're going to act like he didn't allow the border to be open for new voters to come in? Come on. That's what this is about.
Yeah, this brother's absolutely right, man. I can't refute anything that he said. And if you can, please let me know in the comment section. Yeah, it's bad when the fire chief resigns and first responders and EMT specialists, they're getting up out of there as well. Yeah, it's not a good look.
New York City first responders are now responding to the win of Zohran Mamdani as the New York City fire chief has announced that he's going to be resigning. In Houston, Texas, they're attempting to recruit NYPD officers. They're saying, NYPD officers, if you're disgusted with the win of Zohran Mamdani, come join us. Many people living inside New York City are actually fearing the NYPD will be heading out of New York City. One NYPD officer said, "Why should we live in a city where the mayor and the people who elected this mayor openly hate the NYPD?" Then he said, "It's cool though, when bad things happen in New York City, let them bring the social workers in and let's see how that works out." Then he says, remember, elections have consequences. Yes, elections have consequences. We all know that Zohran Mamdani has said over and over again that he wants to defund the police. He wants to disarm the police. He's even been seen in protest yelling at police. And this is who they elected to be the mayor of New York City. Are NYPD officers going to be fleeing out of New York City, heading to Houston, Texas?
Well, there's also been a word from Ron DeSantis as well that, hey, they'll take those people down there in Florida as well. It's going to be interesting up there in New York. I haven't been up there. It's been at this point now, I guess maybe 2 years since I've gone up there. And the last time I was up there, it was bad. I can only imagine what it's going to be like over the next 2 to 3 years. If this dude really implements the policies that he would like to implement. Holy smokes. My wife has flat out told me I never want to go back up there again. And I'm in agreement, with her on that. It's not a city that I ever want to visit again. And it was one of those places, man, that I would, travel up to pretty frequently. But, my last experience there, man, it just really put a bad taste in my mouth. It was just not good. It wasn't fun. And yeah. And the people that she's talking about, the people that this young lady right here is talking about, the folks who, voted this dude in. Yeah. This next lady, it tells you exactly who they are. Listen to this.
White liberal women with a savior complex are the worst in New York City. Women aged 18 to 29, 84% of them voted for Zohran Mamdani. I guarantee you most of them could not tell you why. Besides something about empathy towards migrants. The same migrants that want to implement Sharia law, which takes away women's rights. The irony of this is women aged 18 to 29 are probably likely the target demographic for men. So they are voting to make their city less safe for themselves when they are getting stalked or harassed or raped or worse by a mentally ill homeless person. A social worker will show up, an unarmed social worker with no training, because Zohran Mamdani wants to defund the police. They want to protect the illegals in our country and make New York City a sanctuary city because Orange Man bad. But what they don't understand is that idea that there is a hierarchy to civilization, that the rest of the world is so bad we have to open our borders for other people to come in because their lives are worse outside of the country. That's an acknowledgement that there is, in fact, a hierarchy to civilizations, that there is a better way of thought, which obviously America has because we were built on capitalism. Another thing that Zohran does not believe in. These white liberal women have this guilt because I think when you perform better than the rest of the world or you see inequalities, you have a guilt about it. And you feel like you want to share your privilege. It's a natural thing. Unfortunately, people take advantage of that kindness, of that empathy. It is suicidal empathy, because what they're now making room for is an ideology and a religion who believes that women have half of a brain, who believes women should not have equal rights to men. Conservative women need to start speaking up and questioning these liberal women as to why they hold the ideas that they do. It's going to be uncomfortable, but it's necessary for the survival of our future.
Wow. Wow. You need more people like that young lady right there speaking out, because everything that she said, I'm in agreement with. And I would say, I would take it a step further and not just say, white liberal women. I would just say liberals in general, men and women. These are some of the worst people in our country, man. They vote for some of the most idiotic people and policies, and they support an agenda that is antithetical not only to the word of God, but antithetical to the Constitution and the foundation that our nation was built on. It is insane that these people unknowingly, or maybe in some cases knowingly, are on purpose voting against their own interests. Makes absolutely no sense to me. But I want to hear from you guys in the comment section. What are your thoughts? Hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel, turn the notifications on to all so you never miss an upload. Consider joining the ARP family or buy your brother a coffee. That link's in the description box below. And as always, keep God first, stay prayed up. We'll catch up with you all next time. Peace.
Vibes so raw, can't hide the truth. Words so sharp.